And you're welcome back to the Pulse. Now, there's no justification nor whatsoever for a broadcaster to be assaulted simply for doing his work. These are excerpts of a strongly worded caution from the Information Ministry condemning yesterday's attack on Elmina-based radio station Benya FM in the Central Region. Some unknown person stormed the station last Monday, attacking the radio presenter on air for discussing matters of non-availability of premix fuel and how those who are not fisher folk were giving the product to the detriment of fishermen in the area. Now, although the municipal chief executive for the community was accused of sponsoring the attack, he denied the claims, saying that crime is a crime.
As the incidents happened, I had a call from the owner of the radio station, which has been my friend for the past 15 or what years. And some people have gone to the station to alleging that they've gone to vandalize some comments passed by the presenter then on a particular program. But prior to that, I had called him because we had wanted to schedule a meeting 5 o'clock to meet to talk about Elmina and development as well. Also complained to him that appears to be that the guy presenter has a purpose just to malign me, malign the government, and malign every inch of activity the government is doing. So I reported to him as a friend, and he said he was going to investigate and get back to me. When he got back to me, he indicated that this is what I actually transpired. So what I told him that he should first of all report to the police. So I directed that he should report the police. And I also directed that police commander that this is what has happened. So he should go and investigate so that we see the outcome of the investigation. Then whoever was found culpable, the law will deal with the person. And I know, and I'm very optimistic that my police command is a very hard-working person. I will make sure that any name that is mentioned associated with the matter will be arrested, investigated, and thereafter, if they found culpable, they will be prosecuted according to the law. No, so why? No, so why? So everybody comes to me. Why is it that consistently they always want to link something against my person? I was at the Patasi this morning with the Angel TV program. And indeed, you were there. If they were my boys, yesterday you were with me. Did anybody come to me to say that, oh, Chief, me, oh boy, so can you give me fuel? So these are some of the things that sometimes people do, and we don't treat crime as a separate crime from an individual. And that's a deliberate attempt, and as I've said, once the presenter had claimed, I will write to the National Media Commission. I will ask my lawyers to advise me on this because something had happened. Ask his boss, Manuma, who asked him to go and report the police.
Also, that's the MC for the area. In the last few hours, we know that the Ghana Journalists Association has released a statement calling for action on the attack of the journalists. Well, let's bring you excerpts of the demand that the Ghana Journalists Association is making on this one, and you have that right on your screens now, indicating clearly it's a statement from the Central Regional wing of the Ghana Journalists Association. It talks about the fact that the regional branch of the Ghana Journalists Association is urgently calling on the police administration to expedite investigations into attacks on its members and media houses, and the media house, I should say, at Elmina, by alleged political party thugs in the region. Now, on Monday, 16th of May, 2022, Eric Blessing Eshan of Elmina-based Benya FM was brutalized and studio equipment vandalized by a group of alleged NPP supporters during a live discussion on fishing and premix fuel distribution in the Commander Edina Eguafo constituency. Now, the group was apparently incensed by the accusations of discrimination in the premix fuel distribution on partisan lines. Now, the GJA goes ahead to talk about the fact that it recalls with utmost disgust the attack on Prince Akwa, a journalist with the Ghana News Agency. A similar incident which occurred on May 2, 2022, while recovering the Ejumako Enyan Esian, while actually covering the Ejumako Enyan Esian NPP constituency executive elections at the Ejumako campus of the University of Education, Winneba. Now, Mr. Akwa, who was filming an altercation that ensued at the venue of a transport allowance for delegates, that's when he was attacked. Now, barely a minute after filming the heated argument, a mob from the party furiously accosted and physically assaulted Mr. Akwa, claiming he was a spy or agent of the opposition National Democratic Congress. Although the matter was reported to the Ejumako police, no action has been taken against the perpetrators. Now, the two separate incidents by the alleged party thugs have left the GJA wondering whether the perpetrators have taken any caution from Ghana's abysmal performance on the latest World Press Freedom Index. Now, the GJA Central Region makes it clear that it will not tolerate any form of hooliganism or intimidation of its members by any political party. And then it goes on to talk about the fact that such anti-media and anti-democratic acts must be punished, of course, after full-scale investigations to deter others and other offenders from engaging in such an act. Well, Richard Kojo has been following this for us. Fortunately, he's joining us via Zoom. We'll be bringing you a statement from the Information Ministry shortly. But Richard, if you can hear me, that's the condemnation that we're getting from the GJA in the Central Region. I'm sure that you've been following it up on the story. What's the latest update on this matter?
So the latest is that in the morning, one of the three suspects in this case was arrested by the Elmina District Police Command, and so he is in their custody. When he was arrested, he admitted to the offense, but said that the journalist or the presenter at Benya FM mentioned their name and accused them of engaging in something that they did not do. And that is why they rushed to the station and did what they did. And so the police are currently holding him. They are also on a hunt for the other two suspects that are currently, they say they are currently on the run. And so that is the latest we have. Yesterday we had an interaction with the MCA, and he categorically denied that he knew these people and that they were beneficiaries of the premix fuel distribution. If you know, the premix fuel is in short supply now. The fishermen have been very, very concerned about the rate at which premix fuel is supplied to the landing beach committees. And so the letter that comes, they will not take it very kindly for people that are not fishers to also take advantage of the system. What they do is that when they buy it, they are given, because they are not fishers and they are not canoe owners, when they are given, they hoard them and then in turn sell it to the fishers at an exorbitant price. And so it's been a matter of a national concern.
Right, let's talk about the radio station itself. Are they back in operation? Are they still broadcasting as we speak?
Well, so they are still off air because of the alleged vandalism that took place at the place. So they are still working on the equipment. The police went there to take what would help them in their investigation. And so I presume that any moment from now, they should be back on air, but currently they are off air.
Richard, just hold on for me briefly. I'm sure that you've been getting a lot of the concerns from your members in the region as well, culminating in the statement that we're seeing from the GJA Central Region. But the Information Ministry also a couple of hours ago issued a statement from the PR unit on this matter. We can now bring you details of that statement, excerpts to you, as we also juxtapose that to the demands that the GJA is making. So let's bring you the Information Ministry's perspective on this matter, which is, of course, asking any person who's against the work or having issues with the work of a journalist to seek a legal avenue to redress. Now, let's bring you excerpts of that statement right away. So you have excerpts indicating, first of all, that the Information Ministry notes with concerns reports of an attack which happened on Monday, obviously indicating how Blessing, a presenter with Benya FM, in Elmina was attacked. Now, the statement goes ahead to talk about the reports that the Information Ministry has, and then talks about the fact that already the Deputy Minister, Fatimatu Abubakar, has spoken to the manager of the station and the district police commander, both of whom are working together to investigate the incident and then ensure that suspects are brought to book. Now, this is the strongest part of the statement for me. It indicates that there is no justification whatsoever for a broadcaster to be assaulted simply for doing his work. Any individual or group with a grievance against a broadcaster's or journalist's comments, or indeed any individual, must follow legitimate and legal avenues to seek redress, including the right of rejoinder, which is guaranteed under the 1992 Constitution. Now, the National Media Commission and the courts also constitute legitimate institutions to register complaints against the media practitioners and their companies as well. Then it wraps up by talking about the fact that when or where content has the potential, of course, content or material to breach security, the police may be informed to take appropriate legal action. And then the ministry concludes by saying that it condemns the attack and assault on this very reporter. So, Richard, that's what we're getting from the Information Ministry as we speak. You've been engaging leadership of GJA as well on this matter. What's their reaction to government's position on this?
They act as unfortunate, coming on the back of the recent index that, we did not fare well on. And so they say that if a journalist or any presenter of a radio station does something and anyone is not happy, there are some clear procedures for addressing such grievances. And so they did not understand why the matter happened on Monday. And then as of now, it is only one person that has been arrested. And so they are urging the police to scale up their investigations, to do more, to bring the perpetrators. But more often, as they indicated in the Jumako release, they said that up to date, even though the matter has been reported to the police at the Jumako, nothing has been done. No one has been arrested yet. And so that is why they are urging them to expedite action in the investigation they are carrying out.
And for Blessing himself, what's his status now? We were getting from the accounts that you brought us yesterday that at least it's confirmed that he was physically assaulted. So what's his status now? How is he feeling?
Well, so he was discharged. He went to the hospital that particular night. The incident happened, went to the police, reported, was issued with a form, went to the police, the hospital, was treated and discharged. I'm told that he's been visiting the hospital, and today he went back to the hospital for some checkup. But he's doing fairly well. He was with management of the station.
Well, Richard Kojo, we're grateful that you've been able to give us the latest. We'll keep our eyes on this. And then